So here's what I would do if I had to start all over in sales again to get that first 10K per month. Now, here's why this is super important. If you're actually looking to accelerate, I'm not talking 2 to 3 years to get to 10K, but get this in the next year, or most importantly, just understand what it actually takes to win and separate yourself from the 95% of sales pros in this game, then pay attention to these next 7 to 8 minutes because I got some secret sales sauce for you right now. So, number one, here's what I would do if I was starting over. Understand that the offer is the vehicle to your dream commission. Without the right offer, I've seen so many sales reps shoot themselves in the foot. Now, here's why this is a problem if you're not on the right offer. You're only going to go as far as the offer that you're selling. For example, if you're part of a business that's only making 100K per month and that's their income potential for their business, that means all you can make is 10K per month. So if that's all you want to make, great. But you got to understand that you're probably not going to be the only sales rep on that actual team. So maybe you're making 50 to 60% of that and you're stuck at that 5 to 6K. So if you want your goal to be 10K per month, the reality is you should actually be joining a team that's generating anywhere from 150, 200K or more per month. What does that mean for you? When you do what I call the offer economics, what it allows you to do is have some margin and space to compensate for both the highs and the lows, right? Roller coaster revenue is what I call it, because not every business is going to be 150K, 200K per month each month. But two, it also gives you some breathing room and margin if there are other sales reps on the team. So it's really important for us to kind of think about this as like the vehicle that you drive. If you're driving a beat up Prius that can only go 70 miles per hour, then no matter if you're the best driver in the world, like you are the top F1 racer in the world or NASCAR driver in the world, if your vehicle is a dead beat Prius, which funny enough, I used to drive, y'all, then you're not going to go that far. So change that Prius to a Lamborghini so that you can have your top speed be insane, AKA your income potential is not capped. So that's number one, get the offer right. Number two, once you get the offer right, it's really important that you actually start to develop the right skill set in sales. There's a hierarchy of skill sets, y'all. If you are starting out, you can't just go straight to closing. Now, you could, but the probability of you going straight to closing when you don't have any prior skill set of setting appointments and tonality and having good energy dynamics, if the fundamentals of that is not set up, then you're not going to be able to actually close a deal. And so this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see with beginner sales reps. And I wish I told myself earlier, which is understand the right skill sets in the right sequence, the right order. So what I also always say is first things first is you got to dial down your energy. Understanding how to unlock your energy is a skill set of its own. Okay. So if I understand my tonality, my subcommunication, my intention, my energy dynamic on a call, that is the foundation. You're going to be able to show up 100% to every single call, and you're going to have the ability to be able to build on top of that, right? From there, the skill set that I have to understand is, hey, now can I get my mindset in order? Once you have the mindset from that energy, you have the proper frameworks to think through, how to think about getting rejected, right? Because you don't want to just fall off the horse and get out of the game as soon as you get rejected a handful of times. And then actually having the mindset to be a long-term winner in this game. From the mindset is now we want to focus on strategies. So now what is the overall sales process? How do I conduct a discovery call, right? How do I think about follow-up? These are the different high-level strategies that you want to understand so that you can be in a position to not just like say the words and what to say, but you understand the why behind the words that you're saying. And the last but not least is tactics, which is the actual scripting and language that you're going to be saying on a sales call. Why that's really important is once we actually build this up from the ground up, now what you say actually has that congruence and that energy needed to have a successful sales conversation. So what do most people do is they actually do this backwards. They come to me, hey, Larry, I want to get better at sales. What do I say when people say, let me think about it at objection handling? And I say, hey, you're thinking about this wrong. The real question you should be asking is, What is the energy? What is the intention? What is the subcommunication I should have during objection handling, right? Because it's energy, then mindset, then strategies, then the tactics. Think of it as almost like a sales pyramid, right? When you get all those skill sets stacked in that order, that is when the magic happens. You can apply that to setting, you can apply that to closing, you can apply that to pitching, objection handling. That is the same pyramid that I teach hundreds of different sales professionals and my business owners in order to get them to learn sales and not just a rapid pace, but 2x their closing rate with 100% certainty. It's just having a clear process, y'all. So that's number 2, skill set. Last but not least, number 3 is having the right long-term career path, the long-term career path. Because a lot of people that I've been talking to recently view sales as like this biz op or this like money-making opportunity. That's not it at all. Sales is a long-term career. It is the ability to be able to help transform people's lives and making a living out of that transaction and that transformation, right? So that being said, you should have the mindset that this is a marathon, not a sprint. I'm not thinking about, okay, how do I land that setting role or closing role in the next month? I think about like, how do I pursue mastery over money in this achievement towards sales? Because when you focus on a long-term career path, you can just focus on actually stacking your skill set. And when you're focused on actually stacking your skill set and just wanting to get better and better, guess what happens? The money comes as a byproduct of you improving that skill set. So I often teach my guys, I'm like, hey, pursue mastery, focus on the craft, focus on having a long-term perspective. And when you expand your long-term time horizon to wanting to improve in sales, then you can actually create clarity on what you need to do in each step. So let me give you an example. When you first start out at 0, the first stage that you need to approach this on is actually just finding an offer, what I call finding your rainmaker offer, an offer that can help you get to that 100K, 120, 150K plus per year, right? If you're a setter, you might want to just start with a setting role that's going to get you 5 to 6K per month. If you already have an existing sales experience, then you might want to look at that closing role that's going to get you 8 to 10K per month. So phase 1 is always starting off by finding your rainmaker offer, right? From there, when you actually go through the process of doing this thing, then I can start thinking about, all right, now that I've solved my offer constraint, my offer issue, how do I solve my skill set issue? Then you go through the process that we talked about there, right? Once you've hit now the offer constraint, the skill set constraint, now what we need to do is talk about the network and the people that you do know in this space. Because part of the long-term strategy in sales and remote sales specifically is finding the right people to connect you to your next level opportunity. Because the mistake that a lot of people make is they think they're going to be on this opportunity forever. That's not the truth. You don't have to stay in an opportunity for like the next 2-3 years, right? Ideally, you want to be an offer to the level that you cap your skill set and income potential in that offer, and then find people, connect with power brokers is what I call it, these connectors in the space, to your next available offer, to the next level of your skill set. Make sense? So with that being said, that is a key process that I take, is you solve your offer and skill set constraints kind of like in this loop. You've solved the offer constraint, you level up the new skill set, you cap, then you solve the offer constraint at the next level, and then you solve the skill set constraint at the next level, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth. So that is really what I call that sales evolution that happens in a long-term career. You do that over the next 2, 3, 5 years, and guess what? You wake up making that 10, 15, 20K per month in a much more clear and structured path towards progression. Now, with that being said, guys, that is the clear path to how you want to be leveling up in sales. If you want more sales sauce, go follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I actually have a free sales course that goes in deep in the strategies, how to find the offer, how to improve your skill set, how to network in this space. It's a free school course and community in the description below. Click on that. It's called the Sales Dojo, and my team will approve you right away. That being said, let me know what your biggest takeaway was on the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next training. Sayonara. Sensei out.